Very good morning, students. For this lecturing video session, I am going to start a new unit, which is nothing but the unit 5, isometric and perspective projections. There are two chapters. The first chapter is isometric projection and the second chapter is perspective projection. For this lecturing video session, I am going to give an introduction about isometric projection. Isometric projection. Okay. So in the orthographic projections, two or more views are drawn to describe the object completely. In order to visualize its shape, all the orthographic views have to be read simultaneously and a conclusion is to be drawn mentally about its shape. This difficulty is overcome by pictorial projection. Isometric projection is a pictorial projection in which three dimensions of a solid are not only shown in one view, but also their dimensions can be measured from it. Right? So isometric projection, what do you mean by isometric projection? This iso word is a Greek word. Iso is a Greek word which is nothing but equal. The meaning is equal. Iso is nothing but the Greek word which means equal. Then metric. Metric means measure. Measure. So, what isometric means? Isometric projection, that is iso in Greek, is a Greek word which means equal and metric is a measure. Hence, the isometric projection means a system of projection of equality of measure. That means which is nothing but a system of projection of equality of measure. Right. So, isometric, right. So, isometric scale. Isometric scale. So, isometric projection is drawn by using isometric scale, which converts the true length into isometric lengths or foreshortened, right? Foreshortened to 0.82 times of the true length. So, isometric scale is nothing but the isometric length is 0.82 times of its true length or actual length. True length or actual length Right. Isometric scale. So first, let me just draw a horizontal line of any length. Let me just name it as left extreme as A and the right extreme as B. Now I am going to divide this length into 3 or 4 or 5. It's your wish. So I am going to divide this into 4 equal divisions now. So starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, and the end B. So first what I did was I have drawn a horizontal line of any length, right. This is nothing but the true length or actual length. True length or actual length. Now I am going to draw a line which is inclined at an angle of 15 degree to AB. 15 degree to AB. Keeping your protractor in this manner and choose 15 degree to the horizontal. 15 degree. Just draw a line. draw a line of 15 degree, of 15 degree. Right. Now I am going to draw a line which is inclined at an angle of 45 degree to BA. That is keeping at B, choose 45 degree to horizontal from the left. Choose 45 degree and just draw a line which will intersect the inclined line of 15 degree, which will, right, just remove off or just erase it off the unwanted lines. The intersection line can be named as C. The intersection line from B and A, that's named as C. Now I am going to draw parallel line to BC. Parallel line to BC. So parallel line to BC from all the points. So parallel lines. And let me just give the naming for this. Since I have mentioned 4, therefore this could be 4 dash, and this could be 3 dash, this could be 2 dash, this could be 1 dash and 0 dash. So this length is nothing but the isometric length. Isometric length. So true length is the actual length. Isometric length, which is 0.82 times of true length or actual length. So remember it. Now I am going to give a small difference between isometric view and isometric projection. So the distinction between isometric view and isometric projection Isometric projection. So there are two differences majorly. The first one is, see, as far as the isometric view is concerned, the drawings are drawn to actual scale or true scale. So drawings are drawn to actual scale or true scale. Actual scale or true scale. See, as far as isometric projection is concerned, drawings are drawn to isometric scale. So here drawings are drawn to isometric scale. The second point, the major point is, here all the lines, as far as isometric view is concerned, all the lines which are parallel are to be drawn based on the true length or actual lengths. So here true length or all the lines are drawn based on the true length or actual length. So when it comes to isometric projections, the lines which are drawn foreshortened to 0.82 times of true length or actual length. So these are the two major differences between isometric view and isometric projections. Here it's to be drawing or to be drawn to the actual scale. When it comes to isometric projection, drawings are drawn to isometric scale. Here isometric view, all the lines to be drawn based on the actual length or true length. When it comes to isometric projection, it should be foreshortened to 0.82 times of the true length or the actual length. So remember this. So when the question says isometric view, then you should choose the actual scale, and that means true length needs to be considered. If the question says isometric projection, then you will have to consider the foreshortened length, that is 0.82 times of the true length or actual length. So to construct the isometric projection, the method which is used is box method. Box method is used to construct the isometric projection. So for an example, now I am going to draw an isometric view for a square shape. For a square shape. So in the top view, assume it is a square. See, as far as the fifth unit is concerned, that is isometric projection is concerned, the object will be placed on HP in vertical manner. Got it? So now this is a square in top view. Let me just give the naming for this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So to convert this square into isometric projection, I need to draw 30-degree lines. Choose any point here. So let me just give some differentiation. This is orthographic projection, right? It's a 2D dimension. Length and breadth is there. So each corner I am going to mark with a Roman letter 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am going to keep this Roman letter 1 here. Now keep your protractor in this manner and take 30 degree. Take 30 degree and draw a line. Similarly here 30 degree. Just draw one more line. So this should be 30 degree. Both the sides it should be 30 degree. 30 degree. Here is also it is 30 degree. Right. So Roman letter 1 has been kept here. Right. So now I am going to measure the distance from 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Measure the distance between 1 to 2 and keeping it here, cut an arc. This could be 2. Right. So measure the distance between Roman letter 1 and 2, keeping at 1, cut an arc here. Now measure 1 to 4. 1 to 4 in your compass. Keeping it here, cut an arc. This could be 4. Right. Now, if you have the proper set square, then you can draw a parallel line to this, or you just measure 2 to 3 in your compass, keeping it here, cut an arc. Similarly, measure 4 to 3 because it's a square, you need not to measure each and every time. If you just measure 1 to 2 that side, that is equal to 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 1. Right. So now 4 to 1, just cut an arc. Got it? Now draw a parallel line, that means parallel to 1 to 2 here. 1 to 2. And a parallel line that is 1 to 4 here. It will look like a rhombus. Right. So look like a rhombus. So now I am just going to darken this. This point is nothing but third point. This is Roman letter third. So this is the square shape when you just construct by using the isometric projection. Got it? Right. So this is to draw the square shape in isometric projection. Now I am going to draw a hexagonal shape by using the same method, the box method. Now I am going to draw a hexagon. As I told you, the object will be always placed on HP in a vertical manner. So in the top view, the object is going to be visible in this manner, that is in the hexagon in this manner. Right, it's a hexagon. Let me just give the naming for this. A, B, C, D, E, F. Because hexagon has 6 sides, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have given the notation for all the corners A, B, C, D, E, F. So in order to transform this information to the isometric projection, I need to draw by using the box method. So I'll have to create a box here. So draw a horizontal line here. Here also horizontal line. And touching the corner, just draw it. Touching this, draw a line. Whether the box could be rectangle or square, doesn't matter. Because it's a box method, right? So each and every corner I am going to give the naming as Roman letter, with Roman letter. 1, 2, 3 and 4. First I need to draw the box in the isometric projection. So first what you have to do is just draw a horizontal line. Draw a horizontal line. Now choose the point 1 somewhere here. So 1. Right. So now keep your protractor in this manner. Draw 30-degree line. Draw 30-degree line. Similarly, to the left side, you just draw another 30-degree line. This should be 30-degree. 30-degree. This should be 30-degree. So both the sides you should choose 30-degree. Got it? Now measure the distance from 1 to 2 in your compass. 1 to 2 in your compass. 1 to 2. Just cut an arc. That's 2. Now measure 1 to 4 in your compass. 1 to 4 in your compass. Somewhere here. This could be 4. Got it? Now measure 2 to 3 in your compass. 2 to 3 in your compass. Just cut an arc. Now measure the distance between 4 and 3 in your compass. Keeping at 4, just cut an arc. Now connect it. That should be parallel to this. This line, that is 4 to 3, should be parallel to 1 to 2. And 1 to 4 should be parallel to 2 to 3. In that manner, you will have to draw it. So it also looks like it's not a rhombus because it's a rectangle shape, right? So in this manner it comes. Now you have to transfer all the points over here. Look at here, 1 to 2, we have B and C. Measure 1 to B in your compass. 1 to B, cut an arc. This could be B. Now measure it from 2 to C in your compass. 2 to C. Keeping at 2, cut an arc. This could be C. When you mark the notation to isometric projection, it should be with capital letters. For the orthographic projection, all the notation should be small letters. When it comes to isometric projection, all the notation should be with capital letters. Right. Now, 2 to 3, only one point is there, which is D. Measure it from 2 to D. 2 to D and cut it. This should be D. Now, between 3 and 4, we have 2 points, E and F. Measure it from 3 to E. 3 to E, cut an arc, which is nothing but E. Capital E. Now, measure it from 4 to F. 4 to F. 4 to F and cut an arc. This could be capital F. Now, between 1 and 4, we have a point which is A. Measure it from either 4 to A or 1 to A. Now, I am measuring from 1 to A in compass. 1 to A and this could be A. Now, I am going to connect all the corners. That means all the points. A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F and F to A. So, the hexagonal view is obtained by using the box method for the isometric projections. Right. So, I have taught you how to construct square and hexagon. Right. Now, I am going to teach you how to draw circle. By using again the box method, right? Circle. So, in order to construct the circle, there is a method which is being adopted. Anyway, we are going to use box method only. Here, 4 center method is used. 4 centers method is used. So, in the top view, let me just draw a circle. and divide this into 4 equal divisions. 4 equal divisions. Let me just give the naming as A, B, C, D. This is the top view, right? Which will be captured on the HP. So A, B, C, D. So what is the method we are using it? Box method. So the periphery should be a square shape because it's a circle, right? So let me just draw a line that is a tangential line, and here also tangential line. If you draw tangential line, you will get a box. I am going to give the naming for this with Roman letters 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the periphery is a box. So the box needs to be transformed here in isometric projection, isn't it? So draw a horizontal line, keeping 1 here, keeping 1 here. Now keep your protractor in this manner and draw 30-degree line. Similarly, towards left, draw 30-degree line. Right. So here it is 1. So I am going to measure 1 to 2 in a compass and just cut an arc. This could be 2. Now measure it 1 to 4 in your compass. 1 to 4, 1 to 4, 4. Right. Now measure it from 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3 and cut an arc. Measure it from 4 to 3, keeping at 4, cut an arc. Now draw a parallel line to 1 to 2. This is point number 3, isn't it? Roman letter 3. So which should be, that is 4 to 3 should be parallel to 1 to 2. So draw a line. And 1 to 4 should be parallel to 2 and 3. Just draw. Got it? Now this point needs to be transformed. That is B, C, D, A needs to be transformed here. So between 1 and 2, B is there. So measure it from 1 to B. 1 to B and cut it. This could be B. And between 2 and 3, point C is here. So measure it from 2 to C and cut an arc. This is C. So between 3 and 4, point D is there. So from 3, cut an arc. This is D. So between 4 and 1, point A is there. Measure it from 1 to A and from 1 just cut an arc. Right. So all the points have been transformed here. Now I am going to use 4 centers method. So for which what I have to do is all the midpoints need to be considered. So I have already got the midpoints. So 1 to 2 this is a midpoint, 2 to 3 is the midpoint, this is the midpoints. Right. Now what I am going to do is keeping 1, that is 1 to C, I am going to draw a line 1 to C. There is a midpoint of 2 to 3, right? From 1 just connect it. Similarly 1 to D I am going to draw, that is midpoint of 3 to 4, just draw a line. Now a line from 3 to the opposite side of the rhombus, that is A, just draw it. Similarly 3 to B, that is the opposite side. Got it? So 4 centers means 1, 2, 3, 4. All the lines, so between 1 and 2, this is the center. Between 2 and 3, C is the center. Between 3 and 4, D is the center. Between 1 and 4, A is the center. So therefore, total 4 centers are there. So that means nothing but the midpoints, isn't it? Now, measure 1 to C as radius, or 1 to, that is Roman letter 1 to D or 1 to C as radius, I as center, just draw an arc. Draw an arc. Now, keeping your compass at Roman letter 3, measure 3 to A or 3 to B, because both are of same distance. So now measure it from 3 to A and 3 as center, 3A as radius, just draw an arc. Draw an arc. Right? So, two arc has been formed. First one, keeping I as center, measure I d as radius, cut an arc to D to C. Now, change the center as 3, measure the distance 3 to A as radius, 3 as center, cut an arc A to B. Now, this intersection, right? So, let me just give the naming for this 1 or 2. This is just for your understanding, not to confuse you. So, that's the reason I am just giving name 1 and 2. Now, measure 1 to A or 1 to D, both of same distance. So, 1 as center, just draw an arc. Now, 2 as center, measure it from 2 to C or 2 to D, both of same distance. Now, draw an arc, 2 as center, B to C. Now, draw dark line, that is outline. So, you will get an ellipse. So, this circle has been drawn as isometric view by using the box method and the 4 center methods. Right. So, what is the difference between orthographic projection and the isometric projections? So, in the orthographic, we used to draw 2 dimensions, isn't it? So, orthographic projection and isometric. See, for orthographic projection, we used to draw 2 dimensions. So, whether it could be front view or top view or side view, 2 dimension will be there, isn't it? So, which is nothing 2D. When it comes to isometric projection, it should be 3D. So, isometric projection in a single view, that means all the 3 dimensions of the solid are not only shown in one view, but also its dimensions, isn't it? Dimension can be measured. So, it's a 3D. So, next, it is a 90-degree drawing. Right? Orthographic, it's a 90-degree drawing. When it comes to here, it is 30-degree drawing. Right? So, for orthographic projections, you will have to draw 2 or more views in order to complete an object. Here, one view. For isometric, only one view is sufficient. That means which will cover all the 3 views and all the dimensions within it. So I have constructed square, hexagon and circle, how to transform 2D to 3D. So, in the upcoming videos, I will just come up with few problems in order to explain how to draw the 3 dimensions, that is length, width and height for a object. Hope you have all understood the isometric projection, that is the introduction of isometric projection. Thank you.